So to summarise, number one, the law must be changed such that the legal definition of legal tender is altered so that it includes the mandatory acceptance of cash in all retail transactions to pay for any goods and services, which would mean that it would be illegal to reject cash unless one, the good faith principle is violated, or two, the retailer suspects forgery. And so that the legal definition is altered so that it doesn't mean what it means now, in that this abstract, not applicable to everyday life meaning of, oh, if you go to pay with legal tender to extinguish a debt, you cannot be sued for non-payment in a court of law if you offer to pay in legal tender. That's not what everyone means when they use that term. So we have a ridiculous meaning that doesn't cover normal everyday usage, which is why our archaic legal system needs a big fat wrecking ball to update it and to make it fairer for the modern system. Secondly, and the reasons why cash should be protected is because, number one, to protect consumer choice. When you go to pay for something with your hard-earned money, you should not have that retailer at their own discretion, because they can't be bothered to process a £50 note or a Scottish £20 note, or they can't be bothered now in the move to the cashless society. They just can't be bothered to pay with cash, to handle cash. We need to protect that. We need to protect consumer choice, so that if you do want to pay for it, like the 1.2 million people who don't have a bank account, or people who want to live without having all their transactions noted on an electronic digitized system, which is what happens when you pay for stuff on a card. So a fundamental protection of privacy is in the payment of cash when using cash, because of course it can't be tracked in the same way that digital transactions can occur. So we need to protect all those people that rely on cash every single day, including the older generation, and anyone who wants to pay with cash. We must protect it. The move to a cashless society may be inevitable and unstoppable, but some people, rightly or wrongly, want to pay with cash, and when they do, they absolutely should not be subject to the ridiculous discretion of British retailers who are lazy and have poor anti-consumer choices. It's not right. This should be a cornerstone of our democracy, that cash is accepted. Our legal currency and our legal tender, what we've decided to be used to pay for goods and services, should be mandatorily accepted. If you don't agree, please write down in the comments. I'm shocked if you don't agree, because this is something that should be so obvious and so a part of our culture. In fact, that I wouldn't be surprised if a majority of people thought already that the term legal tender meant that shops had to accept it, but they don't, of course. So we need to change the law, and we need to change contract law. And I'm going to be doing a number of videos because, of course, as an anti-capitalist socialist, I do believe in using the law to bring about a fairer society, to protect citizens from these terrible consumer practices. And it's not used enough. And many parts of our law, as you're going to see in my videos, are bourgeoisie and are totally, in many regards, our property laws, for instance, are feudalistic. They actually still have remnants in them of the archaic and immoral feudal system that we had 500 years ago. So we need vast changes in our law, and this is a small one, but it's an important one, and it should be implemented immediately. as per the previous video, the disclaimer applies to all my videos in that they are for general informational purposes only, and they do not in any capacity constitute legal advice or any type of lawyer-client relationship. They're just for general informational purposes only. I'll put the sources down below. We don't, as socialists, as anti-capitalists, we don't, in my honest opinion, discuss many of the issues that are going to be risen in these next videos that I'm going to be doing that pertain to the egregious bourgeoisie laws that still exist in Britain. And we have many of them, and I'm going to be discussing them. Please stay tuned and please subscribe. Thank you.